So at this point, we haven't eaten anything and it's almost noon.
And people are getting angry, people are starving, let's be real. Hi guys! So for today's video, we're going to be doing a day in Disney World. So we're going to give you guys like our schedules if we were in Walt Disney World right now, telling you exactly what we do, giving you sort of like a play-by-play of our day. So typically at Disney World, I like to wake up kind of early just because I like to get the day started, you know, right away, and I don't want to waste any time. So we usually wake up around 7 a.m. I know that's like early for a lot of people, but I feel like it gives you a chance to do a lot of the things that you want to do.
Typically when we don't have any reservations for breakfast, we wake up around 9:30. I know that's kind of late, especially if the park opens at 9 and you want to get there really early, but we're not early risers. So we're like, you know what, we're on vacation, let's just sleep in.
So we wake up at 7, and then what we do is it takes us like maybe an hour, a little over an hour to get ready, and then we head down to because we usually stay at French Quarter, so to the Sasakula Floatworks dining hall, and we eat our breakfast there. We spend one of our snacks on our breakfast, so I'll get either like a bagel or a croissant or something, and that'll be like my snack or my breakfast.
After we wake up around, you know, 9:30, we don't do breakfast at the resort. We just head straight to the bus stop. Typically, we'll be at the bus stop around 10:15, 10:30. So depending on when the bus comes, let's round about 10:40. Then we get on the bus. So we'll generally get to our destination, which is Magic Kingdom, around 11 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my god! Okay, so yeah, by 11 o'clock we're on our second fast pass. So yeah, after we eat breakfast at the resort, we head over to the bus stop like we're on. So I would say that would be about like 8:30 or so, and then
wow, look at the difference.
We would get to the park hopefully by 9, maybe a little bit after 9, but we try to get there when the park opens, because the lines, even though there's like a huge crowd waiting outside of usually Magic Kingdom, the lines are nothing compared to like Midday Disney. So we like to get there a little bit earlier so that we have like a few rides that we can go on without waiting for too long.
When we generally go to Magic Kingdom, even though we've been to Magic Kingdom a couple times, we always head to the castle first thing and we take like a couple pictures. So at this point, we haven't eaten anything and it's almost noon.
And people are getting angry, people are starving, let's be real.
Generally at this time, we want to get some lunch. So we go to a quick service place and we typically have it right when we get in. So after we take the pictures, yeah, because it's almost 12.
Well, baby, if you woke up earlier, literally, like, you get there and it's like lunch. Like, we get there and then, like I said, it depends on what fast passes we have. We have like an early fast pass. We just, you know, go to that straight away. Sometimes we'll take pictures like Rowan does with the castle or around the park and then go to our fast pass. So it really depends. We revolve our schedule around what fast passes we have.
Okay, so when do you have lunch?
So then we probably have lunch probably around the same time, but like we've been there already for like 3 hours, like riding a few rides, taking pictures and things. So we usually make our way over to Tomorrowland as well. That's like our lunch destination because they have a lot of seats there. Like it's a pretty big area to have lunch, and like it's not as crowded as some of the other places. We go to Cosmic Rays.
That one too.
Oh,
that one too sometimes.
Cosmic Rays.
So we just had our lunch. This is when we start to walk around. We start doing rides. Like Mina said, we pay attention to when our fast passes are. So we'll do a ride, walk around, go into a store, do another ride, walk around again, meet characters, do another ride. So it all depends really on what your schedule is for that day, you know, what your fast passes are, which rides you want to go on, which characters you want to meet. So around midday, so around, let's say 3 or 4, we start heading back to the hotel. Oh my god.
It's like, we're there for 2 hours and then we go back home.
Let me just say this though, if we do get to the park around 11, we will not go back at 4. We'll still stay in the park. But if we get there a little earlier, let's say like 10 or 10:30.
How can you get there at 10 or 10:30 if you're waiting at the bus stop at 10 or 10:30?
But like I said, it's not every day. The typical day, that's what I would usually do. But if it's like really hot, we feel gross, or we're just plain tired, we'll start heading back to our resort around 3:30, 4 o'clock, and we'll go back, rest a little bit for like maybe 10 minutes, then change because we'll have a dinner reservation and we don't want to be all like sweaty and disgusting because it does get really hot in Florida. And then we'll start heading back to the park. We'll probably be heading back to the park around 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Similar to Rowan, after we eat lunch, we do the same thing. We go on our fast passes, we ride rides that have shorter wait times, sometimes meeting characters if they have also a short wait time. Sometimes we get like ice cream and, you know, just walk around and like take pictures and things like that. So a typical day in Disney. Like Rowan said, like we don't have a specific, like there isn't a specific thing, you know, that like pattern that we follow. It just, however the day flows, we just sort of go with it. And then we also head back to the resort maybe around 4 or 5 o'clock, depending on like how tired we are, how early we got to the park, and depending also on what time our reservation for dinner is. So we head back and it probably takes us maybe an hour or an hour and a half to like rest and then re-get ready, like change and all that stuff. And then again, we also head back to wherever it is that we're going for dinner. So whether it be the park or like a restaurant, you know, in a hotel. So for instance, if it's Magic Kingdom and we're going to Crystal Palace at like 8. If our reservation's at 8, we won't really leave at 4. We'll definitely leave at like 5 or 5:30.
Yeah.
And then come back to the park around like 7:30 in time for our reservation.
For us, we generally do dinner around like 7:30. We don't really like to keep it too late. So let's say we have a reservation at Cinderella's Castle around like 7:30. We'll, like I said, start heading back to the park around 5:30. That way we give ourselves enough time to get there, because you gotta remember, you're waiting for the bus, then the bus comes, the ride to the park, then you have to walk where Cinderella's Castle is, and it takes some time. It probably takes around like an hour to
the whole travel experience.
Yeah, an hour to maybe an hour and 15 minutes, depending on how bad the crowds are. So we'll do dinner at 7:30. We'll eat for I think an hour and a half. We don't really take that long when we're in dinner, and then we'll get out around like 9 o'clock, 8:30, and then we'll do more rides. We'll just go into whatever ride is less crowded, and then we'll do rides, and we'll probably start heading back around 10 p.m., 10:30.
So once we get back to the park after we came from our resort, our reservation would probably be around 8 or 8:30, and usually, so for instance, if we're at Crystal Palace, the fireworks show will be going off while we're eating. If we happen to finish early, we'll just like stand outside of Crystal Palace and watch them while they're going on.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, again, after the fireworks show, we go around the park and finish up with some rides. We like to do some of like the indoor rides like Pirates, Haunted Mansion, The Voyage of the Little Mermaid. We like to do those indoor rides at night. And then we did stay for extra magic hours this most recent time because it was the first time we knew about it, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was a really good experience because you can basically go on any ride with only like a 10 to 15 minute wait, and the crowds weren't bad, and you get to take pictures of like anything because there aren't that many people. So yeah, we probably would head back to the hotel depending on extra magic hours or not. Like I think we left at 12 or like 12:30 or something. Yeah.
So when you get back,
we just go to sleep, obviously.
You go immediately?
Well, yeah.
See, no, we don't go to sleep immediately. We'll put on the TV, watch some Disney Channel.
Okay, for real? Like, we're exhausted.
I swear to God. I swear, we'll put it on for maybe like 30 minutes, and then we'll knock out. And then we'll do the same thing.
Yeah. Then it starts all over again.
Yeah, which is awesome. So we just wanted to give you a little bit of a glimpse of how our days would go if we went. We used Magic Kingdom as an example. Obviously, it's going to be different for everybody. It's always different for us too, because you're going to different parks, you have different reservations, you have different things that you want to do. Please let us know what your typical day at the park would be. Do you stay at the park all day and then go back home, or do you have to do what we do and take a break in between? If you stay the whole day, you are a champ. I don't know how you do it. That is crazy.
But then, like, how could you want to go to your dinner reservation in like your park clothes?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, in August,
in August,
there's no way. I mean, unless you want to like be a sweaty monster at like Beast Castle, like that's okay, but I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, so that's why we generally go, because we're sweating by midday and we want to change. And we want to look pretty for our dinner.
Let us know what you guys usually do during your stay at Disney, or if you guys have any like tips or suggestions for us, let us know.
Thank you so much for watching,
and as always, have a magical day!